Hello, everyone. Good morning, everyone. This is Monday Musings. I'm Jenice Walters with Jenisys Solutions, Diabetes, the sugar sweet enemy. And I'm here with my friend Lois. Lois, go ahead and introduce yourself to everyone.
Good morning. This is Lois Garner with As We Go, and I'm thrilled to be here with Jenice this morning. We are having an off-the-cuff conversation this morning, and I'm gonna kick us off. I have been thinking a lot about where I got into the mess I did with my health, how I started just kind of going downhill. I am not in as much of a pickle right now as I used to be because of some of the things I have been introduced to as far as supplements and things. But I was really, really sick for a long time. And I had issues with mold and issues with some genetic things that happen in my life, and they're just a continual part of what I deal with, and things build, like some people say you earn your disease. I've never really liked that terminology, because there's so much that I did not do to earn what has come into my life, right? I didn't just set out to achieve this. But hey, maybe I did eat something that wasn't so great, or everything builds, right? All of the things that we do, they build on each other. And as you're going through that process, you're trying to figure out how to fix it. What kind of answers are there? And sometimes it just doesn't seem like there are. And there's a lot of frustration in that. At least there was for me. And I came to this place where not having the answers needed to be okay. Because that was where I started to be able to collect them. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So you started to collect all the answers to some of the issues that you were having that were kind of disjointed before. So now you're kind of putting them all together so that you can kind of figure out the outcome of your issues. So what I find that interesting in that you're talking about collecting all your answers. Sometimes we never know the answer. Sometimes we want to know the answer, and some of us don't want to know the answer because the answer is too painful or the truth is too painful. But for the most part, when we are open to listening to what our issues are and actually taking a look at what our issues are, I think it strengthens us, and I believe that it grows us to do that. But yeah, we don't always know the answers, but that means that we have to move on faith, right? We need to kind of keep moving forward still, but we move forward on faith as opposed to trying and forcing ourselves to find the answer to our issues. Sometimes it's not even necessary to know the answer. It's just necessary to know that it will pass, or that we can get through it, and that we don't get more than we can deal with, even though that may seem a tall order sometimes. But we know that we really have been told that we don't get more than we can handle. And the things that we do go through, we are strengthened by it, so that the things that come later we can actually handle those things better because we've gone through some stuff and we've gone through some hardships so that we can handle those things a little better. So we don't necessarily have to know the answers. We just know that we've had history with going through stuff and actually coming through on the other side. So we know that it's going to happen. We just need to trust that process and trust that we've been built to take on whatever we're going to take on. And I don't know. I think we don't choose what happens to us. We don't choose our illnesses. We don't choose our lot. We don't choose our lives per se. We can direct it somewhat, but sometimes we have just been dealt a deck of cards that we have to now play, right? So that's part and parcel of life, I think. So not knowing all the answers is not necessarily a bad thing. For some people, it's uncomfortable because they need to know what's going to happen. They need to know how this is all going to end, or they need to know if they're going to get well, or they need to know if this relationship is going to work, or they need to know if they're going to pass this exam. They just need to have all the answers. And sometimes you just need to have the confidence to know that whatever happens, it's going to be okay. So that's just my take on it.
I do like how you said that, that you need to play. Like it's the deck of cards and you're gonna play it. You it's because you have all of these things that you're dealing with, and how are you gonna play it? You get to choose, and
you do.
You get to pick exactly how you play, and that really does affect the way in which you, and not only you but the people around you, are able to live their lives as well. I think we forget how much we matter in the way others really live their lives,
because we actually impact people without even knowing it. Sometimes people watch us that we don't know are watching us. People listen to us that we don't know that are really listening. People observe us that we don't even know that they're observing us. And I think people take what they can or take what they will, so how you show up every day, how you show up is how people are going to respond to that. So if you show up with a bad, grouchy mood all day, every day, then you're probably going to, people are going to respond to you that way too. But if you come out positive and you give it full on and you give it your A game and you show up, then people respond to that too. Same person, just a different day, different game, right? So I think what we need to be aware of is that to be better for ourselves is also going to be better for other people that interact with us, or that observe us, or that watch us, or that listen to us. We need to show up every day for ourselves, first and foremost, so that then we can show up for other people that may be influenced or impacted by who we are as people. So showing up for ourselves, first and foremost, is important.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, this has been a good conversation. So in terms of the answers, tell me a little bit about what you're thinking in terms of the answers that you feel that we need to have, or we should have, or that we don't have, that we maybe want to have. Do you think it's important that we need to get all those answers? Do you think that we should? Do you think we need to, or do we just need to have something else?
I think not having the answers is okay. When you don't know, say you don't know.
Yeah.
Because that's a starting point towards knowing. Admitting you don't know is the key starting point for moving towards knowing.
Right.
And if you're standing on the ground of needing to know everything, then you've already lost something in a way. We can't know everything.
Yeah,
We can't know everything about everything. It's just impossible.
it is. I think it's all about discovery too. I think life is about discovering life as it is, as it comes, right? And then adapting to whatever comes your way. And that's the fun, I think, of life. That's the interesting part of life. Having the outcome and everything laid out for you doesn't make for a very interesting life. I think, spontaneity breeds creativity, I think. And I think that's important to have creativity, to have adventure in our lives, to have discovery in our lives, to have learning new things in our life. So yeah, we don't need to know everything. We learn as we go, and we get better as we go, and we get more experience as we go. So I think not knowing is fine for me too. I do.
Though I want to know everything.
Even though we want to know everything, we shouldn't. We shouldn't know it.
It doesn't mean I don't want to know everything.
Well, yeah, and I get that, because curiosity, is part of who we are as human beings. We want to know. I think that's what makes gossip columns so popular, because people want to know. They want to know the good, the bad, the ugly. They want to know it all. And I think that's how the news thrives. I think that's how gossip columns thrive. I think that's how certain areas of society thrive on finding out, discovering, researching, or doing the what do they call it? Detective work, trying to do all the detective work and figure it out, and really know who did what and why. Some people need to know that. And that's not bad. That's not bad either. Curiosity is good. So so this has been a great conversation. Let us know what you think, guys. Let us know what you think about today's topic. Do we need to have all the answers? I say no. And my friend Lois says no too. You don't need to have all the answers, even though as human beings, we are curious and we would love to know. We would love to know what's going to happen tomorrow. Would love to know what's going to happen when we embark on a new thing or a new project. But do we need to know the outcome? No, just need to know that we are going to get to the end and that we are going to enjoy it on the way there, right? So for me, I don't think we need to have all the answers. I just think we need to have the motivation to keep moving forward and to learn as we go. So that's my take. So let us know what you think. Thank you for joining us today. This has been an awesome, awesome discussion again this week. And we will see you all again next week, same time.
Talk soon.
Talk soon. Bye for now.